Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAES Review. Well, I'm about to let you know what happened on a Sweet 16 season of ROA. This is episode 3, right? We finally got their tagline, child. Y'all ready to hear this mess? Oh, Lord. Let me see if I can play it for you.
Always the upper level. Everyone else is in the basement. Just one honey. Always been that one. Give me attitude and I'll promote you too. If you want to shade, just look for the hope. That's pretty and shade. Of course there's haters trying to shade.
Girl. Okay, we're gonna have to do better next time, ladies. I'm just saying. I mean, I know we're trying to be cute and everything, you know. Yeah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm big and bad and bold. It wasn't nothing to write home about, you know. The hype is bigger. What did I say? The bark is bigger than the bite. It wasn't all that. But anywho, the episode was better. But let's get into this now. Brit. We first seeing Brittany at her house and got the family coming over and everything. It just seems like she's doing a whole lot. She's putting on the show, much like Shamea with the extra this and the extra singing and all the family saying all the right things and look, everybody getting along and everybody loving on each other. I mean, ain't nobody saying that don't happen. It just seems like they just putting on, you know, for the cameras, and maybe it's folks' first time and they ain't really used to it, so they gonna want to make sure they make a good impression. I mean, everything ain't gotta be trifling and carrying on. Because I love this. It's like a breath of fresh air for the most part. But with Brittany, she doing way too much. I mean, she keep bringing up this ring gate supposedly with Kenya. It seems like every time she talks to somebody, production wants to play, and I'm gonna say production putting it out there because of course she ain't cutting and pasting the show. That's what production doing. We had got to hear about this ring gate and how if it happens, if anything else happened with Kenya is gonna get checked, girl. I think episode 4 is when all that mess happened because they said it happened early on in the season. So to the point where that's why Phaedra had to give Married to Medicine Hef as her ass to kiss. Did y'all see that? Real quick. Okay. After this, we going to talk about Married to Medicine when I get that review going. But listen, did y'all see the Married to Medicine episode where they put in some outtakes of Phaedra talking real greasy about the ladies and how she happy to leave? Like I said in my other review, Phaedra can't wait to go because I'm pretty sure around the time that whole debacle happened out there on that island, she signed for ROA. So she's going to do whatever she can, say whatever she wanted because her time was ending. She wasn't coming back. She ain't got no reason to come back. She going where she was planning on going in the first place. You know, her first choice that chose her. You know, she ain't second best no more. Child, Phaedra. Listen, we knew early on ROA, was that season 7? that Phaedra is who she is. Anyway, back to Aroa. Who shall? Yeah, y'all. If y'all ain't watched that episode, please do. Reunion part 1, and like I said, that's gonna come out after this. But yeah, like I said, Brit doing too much, talking about King and his ring gay child. Girl, it wasn't even no big deal about the ring. So what if she questioned you about having more than, getting a ring from? Listen, the way Atlanta has been told to us, King's questions was spot on, right on, and on par with all the shenanigans that goes on down to the ATL. Anywho, what else going on? No, this was real interesting. So apparently, now rest in peace to the dead. We always, ain't nobody talking about the dead and like that. But she brought up how her dad passed away and that the $2 million life insurance policy could not be cashed in due to him changing jobs. What's weird, now I ain't in insurance. That's not my forte. My thing is medical. Now what I know about insurance is it ain't supposed to change just because you went from one job to another. This is life insurance. However, it was finagled. It was finagled, and they had to do a GoFundMe. But at the same time, she was building up or opening her insurance practice. That's another thing. The whole family was in the insurance business. And the dad was supposed to be this big time insurance agent or broker or whatever his title was. Successful man. I think with at least 3 daughters. I don't know if she had a brother or not, or any other kids, a wife. And so instead of, okay, so they did a GoFundMe for the man's funeral. At the same time, she's opening up her insurance practice. Didn't that seem odd to you? Seem odd to me. It would seem as though you would forego that to ensure your dad's funeral is what it should be. I mean, as lovingly as she speaks about her dad, I would imagine. And then I wonder, since episode 1, why does her mom live with her? Now, these are all things that's going through my mind. And how she, meaning Brit, described her mom selling her home, getting all her things. She's telling her husband she wants her mom to live with them. They need to get a bigger house. At the same time, with getting a bigger house comes a bigger family. So that's why she's holding off on getting pregnant, even though she feels she's ready now within their marriage. They got married in 2020 at the courthouse. And he wants a baby now. He has an older baby, I don't know, early teens, late tweens, whatever the age that son is. He wants a little girl. And they said, they meaning Brit, said that they're going to do some type of artificial insemination to ensure that they get a girl. Oh, that is just so weird to me. Anyway, but the thing that's more weird than anything is, something tells me that she's taking care of her mom in lieu of not providing for the funeral due to her opening her practice. She's a go-getter. She described herself as a video vixen in high school, underage video vixen. Those folks are all about the money, like the gold digger types. She also mentioned going out with famous, ball players or just ball players, period. So, that and no shade, but that mindset is all about the money. The money has to come along with whatever else is going on. So something tells me that she's taking care of her mom in lieu of, what she should have done, foregoing her bit. Now, again, this is just my opinion. It's something strikes me as though, she's doing her mom a solid because she didn't take care of things for the fume. She got 2 or 3 other little sisters or other sisters who she kind of did dirty with that business, even though they were all going in together. She had control of the business. And once she needed or wanted to sell it for whatever the reason, she's in control. So that's some, little upset between her and her sisters. There's a lot to unpack with this girl. Outside of the mess with Kenya, it's a lot to unpack with her. Something tells me that she's done her family dirty behind money. I could be wrong. We're gonna find out, huh? So yeah, so they all are at the hizzle, and her and her husband kind of going back and forth about what they can and will not talk about as far as having a baby. He was kind of adamant about let's not talk about it now. So then she and her sister or her cousin go down to she wants to let us know that there's a winery, a wine cellar in the basement, y'all. Let's go get some wine from the cellar down in the basement. You know how folks talk, just to let you know what they got. That's her. And we kind of figured that out about the ring. Oh, well, he just got me this 10-carat upgrade, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Girl, bye. Anyway, so she had to talk with her sister outside of her husband's wishes. Still on camera, just not in front of him. I'm like, that is so disrespectful and emasculating. Like, girl, again, something tells me she likes to do her family dirty as long as she getting paid in the process. Child, listen. Sound like a pro to me, don't it? What else is going on? Yeah, so that's pretty much it with her. Next, we see Kelli meeting up with Porsha. Kelli kissing Porsha's behind, as big as it is, in regards to, Kelli backpedaling and pee-popping about the comment she made. Porsha is playing it cute and safe. Well, I kind of like her, but, it's just how we started off. She didn't really like. And then Kelli kind of, threw or blamed Shamea for bringing it up because Shamea called. Remember, first episode at the party, Shamea called Kelli into a room and said, I would like for you to straighten this out with Porsha, because if you're not going to tell her, I will. And that's when it happened at the party. And apparently Shamea didn't find it prudent to tell Porsha that she told Kelli to straighten it out with you and to straighten it out, so Kelli just put it on real thick, as she often do, to get the heat off of her, as she often do. I can tell. She already did it twice. This is episode 3, y'all. So Kelli made it put it on real thick that it was mandatory for her to address it at the birthday party, as per Shamea. So now we'll see the strife starting with Shamea and Porsha, because we all know, according to Late, they are pretty much not speaking or are on the outs as for right now. I kind of figured that when I saw IG post on Shamea's timeline. It was PJ's birthday, same as Wendy Williams' stepdaughter, Kevin and Shireen. Is that her name? That's a girl from that's Apollo's soon to be ex-wife. Kevin Hunter, the side baby, they were born the same day, if not hours or a couple of days apart, back in 2000. Anyway, or 2001. Anyway, the IG post, if y'all didn't catch it, Shamea and her daughter did a post of happy birthday to Pilar Janae McKinley. and they had PJ's picture. It was like a montage and then a cute little video of their little girl Shamea making desserts of some type, cupcakes or a cake, a little birthday celebration without PJ, but for PJ. And they're wishing PJ, her, Shamea, and her husband, all in the video, wishing PJ a happy birthday from a distance. Ooh, that was shady. Anywho, now this was just the other day because her birthday was what, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something within the last 7 days. That's why I just saw that post. I was like, "Ooh, that's shady." Anywho, so next we see Drew at the studio. Cynthia, what's her name? Angela's already there. Cynthia and Kenya show up, and they immediately start talking about Porsha as per Kenya. Drew is just, pretty much revealed that she only texted Porsha that she wanted to talk to her. But episode 1, Drew said that she told Porsha what was going on. And also she expected Dennis to tell Porsha what was going on. I don't see why people need to float their business through Porsha as if she's smart enough to understand stuff. I mean, what is this going on where Porsha needs to okay them working together? Excuse me? What? They're not even married. She is a baby mama to him. He is her baby daddy. I mean, it's not like they've known each other for years. They've only known each other a few months before she got pregnant. I mean, come on now. I mean, do we have to roll back tape? Do we have to go back to season 11 when this is 5, so the girl's 5 years old? Okay. Season 11, she just met Dennis. Remember that whole debacle where Ken's like, yeah, I know him, and a whole lot of girls I know him, and he likes to get tattoos of girls on his body, and and he got one of Porsha, and this other girl, Porsha said, well, I lick all of them, so have at it. What else you want to say? And then remember when Candy said, well, when I saw you with another dude in May, I didn't think that you and Dennis was serious. Now, May. But Laura was born in March, right? So when Candy said she saw, what's her name? Porsha with another dude in May, she didn't think that her and Dennis was serious. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Okay. That's some months apart. Anyway, just want to be clear because sometimes girls may not, they may overlap. The semen may overlap. I'm just saying. But anyway, because knowing Porsha, child. Anyway, so why does all this stuff have to go through Porsha as if Porsha is the deciding factor? I thought she was not a motherfucking factor. I'm just saying. How was she a factor in folks' business plans? I mean, it's not like she needs to give them her blessing if they want to date. I mean, and if they did, she still don't. I just don't understand. Not just because it's Porsha, but that's anybody. Like Cynthia mentioned. Well, I appreciated that. Was it Drew? Somebody, Kenya, got Cynthia's okay for Leon to be in some type of film or short film with Kenya. What? Like they do say, girl, I'm thinking about putting Leon in this movie. I'm just letting you know. I just want you to be the first to know that, if he says okay, that's what's going on. Not that I'm asking Cynthia if it's okay for me to go to Leon to be in the movie. What? I don't understand all that. I mean, Look, business is business. It ain't like I want to ask you for his number so we can hang out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, Drew says she never speaks with Dennis, only text. Then, of course, production plays shows otherwise, phone calls up the yin yang. Drew. Excuse me, Drew. You're making me cough, Drew. Drew, girl, we already know and been talking about you being a liar. Now I'm a girl's girl. I'm on Drew's side when it comes to this divorce mess. But don't make me have to look at Ralph differently. Now we already then got a contradiction from him talking about he was sent to the basement because he didn't want to, leave the house and whatnot, and he deserved to be with his kids. Come to find out, he don't have enough money to take care of that household and another household. So the judge said, "Okay, move to the basement." Child. And we're gonna talk about that later, Drew and her attorney. Anyway, next we see Shamea and her sister talking about Shia surgery with the tonsils and the adenoids coming out. And of course, Shiloh's medical history. Child, poor baby. I just hate that the baby got to go through so much. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Don't take it wrong way, but if it's early on to the point where there's no less viability or no viability or hardly any viability of the fetus, it's time to move on and just chalk up the deuces. I hate to say it like that because there's no way. Oh, it just sounds so Frankenstein, and no shade. And it's just the decisions parents make for their own security when they put the risk of the baby in. I just hope that when people are having children, by whatever means, that the risks are nowhere near the viability of that fetus. I would hate to think. Oh, it kind of irks my jerk when I hear, well, there's a 55% chance of problematic life for the fetus and yada yada. I'm like, listen, that's why they have specific procedures that can take care of things. Because, child, ain't no way. Well, not for me at least. And bless them. I mean, I don't know the percentage of viability and all that for this baby, but I hope that all of this will end soon for that little baby, because she can't come into this life thinking all this pain and suffering and anesthesia and surgeries is what is. I hope all this ends soon, because, child, if not end today, oh, I hate to see babies going through when they really ain't got to. Anyway, so Shamea says she's good at masking her own hurt and stress, for the sake of others. And I think that's a part why her and Porsha have been, quote unquote, such good friends / sisters. I saw the pictures of them back in the day, and the more preferred person out of them two was Porsha. That there's a preference that guys like. And of course, Shamea is preferred by some, but Porsha is preferred by more than some, right? And as they both grew, and as Shamea grew up, she became even more of a preference. So sometimes the less preferred play the back, and it is what it is. It is what it is. And I always wonder why Shamea would always put on the way she did years ago. Was always overt sexual, or would always, like just be over the top to be seen. And this was way before her getting engaged, like over the years, seeing her always, with some type of gimmick of sorts, some, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I could be right too. Anyway, next we see Angela and Charles. They're visiting their flip. The house looks better. The wood grain is coming in. They bring in product. And then she mentions how back in 2017, the incident had them living separately. The incident meaning Charles Oakley was kicked out of an NBA game because he used to play for the New York Knicks. Unfortunately, then and probably most likely now, he and the owner did not get along. The owner knew he was there. The owner wanted him out of the building. Security approached Oakley with that sentiment, and it just went all haywire. And we really don't know exactly what happened, but folks was touched, and it wasn't the owner. The folks being touched was between Oakley and security. Now, I don't know how that moved over to their marriage, but she brought that up to let us know that they are renewing their vows, and that played a part in them renewing their vows. I'm like, that was 2017. This is 2024. Or are we, or is this being filmed in 20 anyway? Okay, let's just say 2024. Child, 17, 7 years later, you attribute. Child, how long was y'all separated? I mean, I don't know. Did y'all just get back together for the show? What's really going on? I would like to know. I'm just saying, I would like to know. You know, one thing I noticed about the Oakleys, Charles doesn't mind. And I noticed this. I said, well, he sure don't mind checking her or, roasting her at all, because the way he was letting her know about her lace lifting up at Shamea party outside because it was so hot. He was like, man, I'm going to go to the bathroom and take care of that. Like, that's how you... I couldn't imagine my man telling me something like that. First of all, that would never happen. However, he just seemed like the type, like he, smart mouth. And so I know for a fact he started cussing at security about that NBA thing that happened in 2017. Now, I remember hearing about it. But because I'm a Lakers fan, tried and true, go ahead. I didn't really know who he was. And to be frank, I think I said this when I saw him hanging out with Lisa Ray, and I knew that they were friends. I said, oh, they make a cute couple. Knowing that he was married to, or maybe he was separated from. But the fact that I saw him with Lisa Ray on a few different TV shows or cooking shows or whatever, he's a domesticated man. He don't like no mess. And just from what I heard about him and what I heard and know about Lisa Ray, they seem quite compatible. But then again, they are good friends. And usually good friends are compatible. Now, back to this heifer. Charles ain't the type to be wanting to hearing about women's problems and fighting and carrying on. He seemed like he may have given her a pep talk. Listen, if we gonna be on this show, don't get me mixed up with these women and this, that, and the third, and third, that, and this, because I ain't the type. Because they go back and forth. I mean, they trade insults. I mean, he's that type of dude to where he can take it or leave it. It seemed like. I would love to know how it translates from that issue at the what's that called? What's that play out there? Madison Square Garden. How all of that incident at the NBA game translates into him and Angela. That's her name, Angela. Yeah, Angela being separated. All I can think of is she was giving him the riot act, and he didn't want to hear it. And he said some things that offended her because it sounded like he ain't got no problem saying anything that will offend whoever. Child, maybe she just got her nose done then, and he said something about that, and he wouldn't apologize. Maybe he just wouldn't apologize for being rude to her, and she had to teach him a lesson. But girl, it seemed like he may have taught you a lesson, because she mentioned how he helps her take care of her family for the most part. She has no way she has to make her work for her because her family is dependent upon her, and Charles helps out too. So sometimes you will put up with anything just to have something, and child, not me. Maybe because I had it before, and I keep having it. I'm maintaining mine. I ain't rich. I ain't saying nothing like that. But I'm just saying. It is what it is. But yeah, Andrew and Charles are interesting. Next, we see Drew meeting with her attorney, shady as fuck. Yes, shady as fuck. Her and her attorney, right? Pretty much, they have the financials that Ralph has given them, the discovery, but they're waiting on the financials regarding his personal items. He seemed to have given them the financials on Drew and the household, so that they can make an adequate assessment and a financial analysis of how the end will be. Whenever somebody hides something, it's usually for a reason, or making you wait on something is usually for a reason, not just to tick you off, but it's for a reason. So either he hiding who he's spending his money on, or he's hiding how much money he really got. Because Drew says she never knew how much money was floating in their household. Girl, you stupid. I trust my but all that, see again, all that mess she was quoting the Bible and following the Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth, and if he want a baby, give it to him. Girl, sometimes logic has to come into play. It's okay to question things. You know what I'm saying? Not to say to disregard basic instructions before leaving Earth. At the same time, there's logic. That's why there are forensic accountants. I would have been knew from jump what's the financial status of us. Since you are running the financial show, I need a monthly accounting, and I should have access to all the accounts that affect me. Again, if you got your own, fine, but it don't sound like they had their own. Like for me, my thing is this. When I heard Steve Harvey talk about this many years ago, before I even got with somebody, he said it'll be wise to have an account to take care of the bills. You can have two accounts for that, something like a checking and a savings, but you need your own individual accounts, checking and or savings, however the case may be, because you both are individuals outside of being married. And so I said that makes sense, and we can do whatever we want to with our money, of course, and we both contribute, or however the setup is. The house bills, the money is always there for anything that got to do with taking care of the household. Household meaning cars, insurance, of course, anything that got to do with the residents. Just the household bills. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I do things, and it worked out great. But I don't think that worked out for Drew. I think that he was in control of everything, and her money went into the pot. She didn't know how much his was going into the pot, and that's the problem right there. You let him, again, if he wants to control how things is going, fine. But I will know how much you got too. You know what I'm saying? Drew, you stupid. But what was real trifling was they're waiting for the judge to authorize, get this, y'all. They're waiting for the judge to authorize unsealing the case, because the judge says it will be unsealed, no longer sealed, so we all gonna know what's going on. And Drew's like, oh my God, for real. And then the attorney proceeded to say exactly what was going to be unsealed. She lists everything prematurely before we knew. Excuse me, prematurely before the judge unsealed them. I'm like, oh, so that's what we're doing? That's interesting because as this show aired, we still don't know. I mean, all these folks, on YouTube and carrying on with the latest gossip and news we would have been found out that. So I wonder, was the attorney banking on that scene being shown after the judge unsealed? Well, let's just see, because Ralph is the type that will make the judge know and send the judge a video of some possible, violations done by certain officers of the court, because he recently got his own podcast called Ralph in the Basement, or something about Ralph live from the basement, pretty much broadcasting from the basement and letting us know within that title of his show, his name is Ralph and he's in the basement. Just like the tagline, Drew said, she's always on top. That's why those who are beneath her are in the basement. That basement got it going on, okay? Anywho, that was enough for them, child. Drew and her attorney, y'all better hope that stunt y'all pulled didn't hurt her case. But like I said, I'm Team Drew. Both of them lying, so I'm Team Drew. Next, we got Shamea taking Shamea to surgery. Oh, it was so sweet. The doctor came out to meet them, and out there in the at the, I guess what they call it, the they told her valet for the hospital. It's bright early in the morning, of course, early surgery. From what I recall, a lot of different either children's hospitals or pediatric inpatients or day surgeries will make it a little more fun for the patients, right? So that they're not so nervous. They're more set at ease with, not trying to, not for it to just be all about it's surgery day, even though they know what it is or scared. Parents probably knees knocking and carrying on, So I thought it was real nice. And then later on, while Shy was in surgery, Shamea is recording a little vignette. Hey. And she's reminding us that her dad has been standing for the last 20 minutes. That's when they rolled Shy in for surgery. And he has not sat down yet. He said, well, I'm just waiting, Oh, daddy nervous. How sweet. Boy, them kids look just like their daddy, boy, Shamea. Not that we would doubt paternity, but girl, when they say the man spit them out, he spit them kids out. Now, like I said before, they got 4 kids waiting, 2 girls, 2 boys. Crack them all open. I'm just saying. I would love to see her flourish with 6 children. Ooh, that would just be a blessing. Just to have I always wanted a big family, but it didn't work out that way. Yes, to have 6 children. I just hope it works out the way it did for Shia. And child. So next we got Porsha and Diane, her mama. Woo, this was a little trifling scene. They're having a spa day, pretty much wanting to relax, release. And, relax and have a clear mind. It's just something about a clear mind, and Porsha just makes me laugh. Oh, I don't see it for that woman at all until proven otherwise. That's all. It is what it is. So, but at the same time, they keep talking about the divorce. If you're supposed to be relaxed, releasing, and having a clear mind, first of all, talk about the divorce on your way there. My thing is, as soon as I enter the premise, ain't no more divorce. We feet up, head back, sipping on whether it's water, coconut water with infused with fresh fruits, or if it's wine, whatever the case may be. I ain't want to talk about that man right now. So she ended up crying and carrying on. Then the humdinger, more Shamea bashing. Child. Talking about Simon changed like she didn't know him. Girl, you didn't know him. You didn't know him the right way. Girl, bye. Talking about in the Benin culture, the family is involved in, helping the couple to fix things. But his family's like, no, we don't want to talk to you. That is molded. So they only relied on, American culture with therapists. And of course that didn't work. So, when both of them go into this thing unscrupulous, then it is what it is. And that's what y'all get. I don't care what Fallon was doing. Y'all was hooking up before Fallon even knew Jalen had that going on down in his drawer. Listen, it is what it is. It was what it was. Everybody's what they respect is Fallon and Jalen are expecting a baby any day now. This is their second, and her, 6? No, she got 3 boys. 3 boys. A little girl. Little girl is so beautiful. Oh, she is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Fallon and Jalen's daughter is gorgeous. Go to their Instagram, child. Fallon and Jalen's daughter needs to model, and I know she's gonna do it. Fallon ain't too easy on the eyes either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wonder what they're having. Did they say they're having a boy? She good for having a boy though. I'm just saying. Anywho, so back to Diane and bashing Shamea. So after all that mess going on, and the Benin family swore to stay away instead of fixing things. Child, what's her name? Porsha tells her mama Diane that Shamea met with Kelli and was instructed to confront Porsha at the party about taking Fallon's husband. And Diane retorted with, "Well, you gotta watch dogs because all dog." What she say? Diane said, "You have to watch the dog because the dog brings the bone home." Ain't that nothing? So now Shamea is a dog. And we know what female dogs are called. Ooh, child, trifling. Next we see Kelli at her Balmain event. It was a Mommy and Me event, specifically for osteogenesis imperfecta, also known as brittle bones disease. She told the story of all her daughters. So apparently either she or her husband got that genetic mutation going on, or maybe both of them. But either of them have actually it should be him because her eldest daughter don't have it. The last 3 do. So it's obvious that his family has that genetic disorder going on. I'm not a doctor, but that's usually how I go. I guess we'll find out later. Or if not, look it up yourself. So brittle bones, excuse me, brittle bones disease is when bones can be easily broken. And she told a story about almost being arrested at the hospital because the baby came in, broken bones. They were questioning her about what the hell's going on because it looked like, something was going on. But luckily, a doctor who knew how to check for things looked in the baby's eyes and knows that there was a blue tint, which is a show enough sign and symptom of brittle bones disease. And luckily, if that doctor wasn't there on that day, no telling what would have happened to that woman. So all 3 of her kids that she shared with her soon-to-be ex-husband have it. I didn't know that girl was that old. She about 13, 14, maybe 6. I don't know. Anyway, the last 3, the cute little twins and the middle child. Now we all know that she got 4, but twins count as 1 for right now. So we all know that the last 3. And it was really touching. So pretty much she wanted people to shop because a great portion of the money will go to the hopefully for the cure and everything for brittle bones disease. And then the girls start getting into it, you know, about this and about that. Shamea and Angela got into it. You know, was that episode 2 where Angela and Shamea came to work out with Drew, and in the midst of Drew not confronting but setting the record straight with the whole working with Dennis and how Shamea came at Drew and how Angela didn't like how Shamea came at Drew, and Shamea and Drew trying to sort out their issue, and Angela butting in, and then Shamea and Angela going back and forth. Well, why are you butting in? I'm not butting in. I just wasn't done. She was like, yeah, you were. Now you're butting in. You see, you know, all that back and forth stuff. So Shamea, in the midst of, before the party, was shading Angela, you know, talking about her looks. So then at the party, Shamea told Angela, that's the old nose of yours from the 90s. And then Shamea was called Flavor Flav. I thought because she's dark, but of course it wasn't because of that. It's because Shamea was Flavor Flav for Halloween at one point. Listen, don't blame me. Because a lot of folks will say who, you know, the shade of you reminds them of somebody. Just, you know, so it is what it is. But yeah, Angela and Shamea have this thing going on. But my thing is, should no one talk about anyone's looks on this show? Either they got something done, it looked like they got something done, or they need to get something done. I'm just saying. And when I say need, I meant what I said. Sometimes a little fixer-upper will do someone justice. And when they showed them old pictures, it looked like Shamea may have got some facial work done, because it wasn't that far long ago where she does look different. Just saying. I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so pretty much at the end of the night, the olive branch was pretty much sawed off and left on the floor, and $30K was spent, which is wonderful. Yay! And if Brit mentioned that doggone ring gate one more time with Kenya with it, every scene she in, she got to bring up that stuff. Girl, nobody care about that. Girl, we'll wait till episode 4 or maybe 5. We're going to find out what's really going on. Woo, that was it, y'all. That was rolling. Sweet 16, episode 3. Ooh, wee, child. Ooh, wee. Well, that was it, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, all right? And come back again. Later, Gator. All day.